Didn't I say we would win? Didn't I say they were going to get shut down? The SEC, I told you. We will defeat them at every turn. The energy is with us. We will have all the victories necessary. Just a little bit left now. And then we will play 100%. This article here is from U.Today. You all know what happened the other day. Another victory for XRP from the Honorable Judge Annalisa Torres. Yes, yes, yes. Everything's lining up for us, people. This article is titled XRP Price Surges as Ripple Scores Major Win Against SEC. I wouldn't call it much of a surge, but you know. It says the court has shot down the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission motion to file an interlocutory appeal in its case against San Francisco-based blockchain juggernaut Ripple. In a celebratory post on the X social media platform, Ripple boss Brad Garlinghouse stressed that the court had essentially told the SEC they got what they asked for. The court the court is sticking it to them. You know, I said this before. The courts don't like they don't like the SEC. You can't be disrespectful to a judge. You can't. And they were, I'm telling you, they were very disrespectful. And that's taken to heart. And the courts respond in kind. And usually the courts stick together. Usually. So the price of XRP token is up almost 4% on the news. I don't know what it's doing right now. The entirety of the market theoretically right now probably should be red because there's a liquidity drain. If you watched the video from yesterday, I explained that. Treasury yields went up again, folks. People are going to go towards those treasuries. And I don't know if you saw the articles. They're making a huge push telling everybody. A lot of these articles from these big time media outlets are telling everybody to go buy treasuries. Right. So that's going to drain. So it's drained some capital from stocks. It's drained some capital from crypto. It definitely drained some capital from commodities, gold, platinum, silver. I'm not sure what palladium is doing right now. So it's widespread across all markets. You know, like I said, and I said this in a video yesterday. That was a good video, in my opinion. A little different, but it was good. But we're literally battling against the government every time we're about to make a run or we get huge news the day before they increase the yield, or rather, let me put it properly. There is a sell-off. There's like a sell-off of treasuries, and then they want to bring the people back. They up the yield, and everybody goes and buys treasuries because it's guaranteed money. It says key reasons behind the rejection. We got a lot of good articles today. I'll try to get to all of them today. Okay. It says Judge Annalisa Torres provided a detailed explanation for her decision, emphasizing that the SEC failed to present a clear question that could be swiftly resolved without delving into the case's record. All right, listen, we won. There's just a few little steps more. That's it. And I think we have some information on that. By the way, shout out to Corey. Shout out to Lazar Current. Shout out to I Love Life 22. Matthew. Shout out to Matthew. I appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate everybody here on the channel. And Old Man Crypto, I saw your question about Chainlink. I had to get a little bit more clarification on that myself. So I have a chapter, Old Man Crypto, that I'm probably just going to title it your username. That way you can find it, and then I'll give you that information on what Chainlink was doing with Swift. Okay. All right. So now this next article here, got to take care of my people here on the channel. And also I'll have another members only video either out tonight or tomorrow morning. That one is a potent one. All of them have been potent, but I mean, this one here, the implications are huge. I'm gonna be quiet on that. It says here, court orders Ripple and SEC to discuss possible settlement in today's verdict. Things are moving fast now, folks. We get a settlement or this case ends. Whoa, Nelly, it's off to the races. I can't wait. I can't wait. I want to see that price skyrocketing. And from all my research, I believe that's going to happen. So U.S. District Judge Annalisa Torres has mandated Ripple and Securities Exchange Commission to discuss a potential settlement of the lawsuit. And it'll be the ending of one stage. I'm telling you now. This will be the ending of one stage, and a lot of us will be able to grow to a new stage as we close the XRP chapter once it skyrockets. It says the judge issued the order alongside her recent ruling on the SEC's request for an interlocutory appeal. According to the court's decision, the settlement discussion is scheduled to be held before the final pretrial conference. Settlement discussion to hold before pretrial conference. As reported earlier, the final pretrial conference is scheduled for April 16, 2024 at 2 p.m. Notably, the parties and their counsels are mandated to hold a physical meeting for at least an hour in order to discuss a potential settlement. Quote, prior to the final pretrial of the conference, counsel for both parties, along with the parties themselves, shall meet in person for at least 1 hour to discuss settlement of this matter. Unquote, the court ordered. The order is in line with the previous directive issued by the magistrate Sarah Netburn, the judge in charge of SEC versus Ripple pretrial proceedings. It says here, shortly after the court issued its summary judgment decision, Judge Netburn ordered the parties, let's see if it happens, to select 3 mutually convenient dates. Oh, we remember that. I think that was after what happened in the summer. After that victory, we just keep having win after win, victory after victory. We're winners. We're winners. You're a winner. I'm a winner. This is Team W over here. That's how I feel. Shout out to Keith. Shout out to legendary Keith. I appreciate Keith always leaving great comments. I hope everything's going well for you, friends. Shout out to Dr. Slimeball, Akareko Co., Pay Me and XRP. Shout out to Pay Me and XRP. I'm trying to show love to as many people as possible. Blockchain 663, Asti. Shout out to everybody. Appreciate every single one of you. So the parties are required to select the dates only if they believe a settlement conference is, quote, productive at this time, unquote. Why leave the door open? It says, however, the judge ordered that the selected dates for the scheduled conference should be communicated to the court at least 6 to 8 weeks in advance. Okay, so we'll see what happens. I'm ready for this to be over. We're going to have another victory, and then that's it. And then we play. Then anything goes. We have enough banks lined up. A little piece of moving out those trillions of capital. Definitely that price is not staying where it is today. Not financial advice. Not a financial advisor, but that price is not staying where it is today. And I'm very excited. We got past two huge hurdles. One more, and we're in the game. All right, so let's move on here. Anybody out there doing a weight cut right now, trying to get shredded? Anybody out there? Oh man, I've been at the gym lately, man. Let me tell you, I've been so sore doing these crazy workouts. Greatly. I hurt here in my traps, right here, my biceps. I did this workout, and you do like 700 jumping jacks in a row. Oh man, my legs were hurt. Listen, I got to tell you the truth. My legs were hurt up for like 3 days. So it was like 700 jumping jacks in a row, 700 lunges, 700 crunches. And then there was something else that I didn't do. I got right to the heavyweights. I said, wait a minute, this is too much. Let me go lift some weights. That's easier. So, we'll see how it goes. But anybody got any tips? Any tips on how to survive high intensity interval training? I'm old school, man. I'm old school. I still do a lot of my wrestling workouts, stuff like that. We keep it simple. Some sparring, weightlifting, stuff like that. But like this new stuff, it's so extreme to me, in my opinion. It just leaves me sore all over. But anyway, let's get back. Talk about working out. Come on. Talk about working out. Might do a little running later. Anybody running tonight? How many miles are you running? You running a good 12, 15? How many miles? I'm stuttering. How many miles are we doing? You doing 12 to 15? Is that like the average now, right? It's like 12 to 15 miles. This is the average. All right, let's move on to this article here. This is from the cryptobasic.com. You got to stay fit. And stay sharp with these. You never know. Somebody might have to run up on a G. Anyway, now I'm showing my age. I said G. Hey, you Can't go wrong with the classic language. Anyway, this article here is from the cryptobasic.com. It's a good day today, in my opinion. And it's titled, Ripple Executive Identifies Benefits of Retail CBDCs. They've been going hardcore after these retail. Oh, man. See, that Ripple, with that CBDC hub, oh, that's key. They're going after the retail trillions where before they were only focused on wholesale. And I think we could definitely take a lot of that capital. It's there for the taking. And they want something to be congealed with a Swift package. That's how I'm going to that's how I'm going to phrase that. It's like they wanted to run parallel to Swift just in case, because a lot of the BRICS nations don't really want to use Swift. So they're going to keep this on the side until they can completely be done with Swift. That's what I think is going on. And Swift right now, obviously, is trying its best to connect with multiple blockchains. That's what the whole work with Chainlink was about, connecting to other technologies and such so that they don't get cut out. So already we're bearing witness to the truth that the new financial system is inevitable and that capital will flow out of Swift into us and out of us into Swift. There's enough money to go around also, let me say that. But it's all looking good. So anyway, so now this article begins here. In a recent interview with Payments, James Wallace highlighted the growing shift by most central banks towards CBDCs. He believes the change is the bank's way of modernizing payments by removing third-party intermediaries and promoting peer-to-peer transactions. This is benefits of retail CBDCs. Wallace believes this shift is essential as digital currencies like CBDCs offer many essentially impossible benefits with traditional money. To Wallace, retail CBDCs will enable faster, more secure, and cheaper transactions for local and cross-border payments. With the apparent benefits highlighted, the CBDC expert named interoperability, quote unquote. We keep hearing that. Swift doesn't have true interoperability. None of the central banks have true interoperability. Even the ECB, they're running 2 or 3 systems side by side, and then they're calling it interoperability for some of their tests. But that's not actual interoperability. We have true outright interoperability. It says here, as a significant factor that can drive the success of this new payment solution. Quote, a retail, and who has the solution? Obviously, it's Ripple XRP. Quote, a retail CBDC has to interoperate with the existing world and existing payment schemes, unquote, Wallace said. Quote, if you want to go buy a coffee, the merchant has to be able to accept the CBDC the same way as if you went in to pay with cash or with a credit card. You've got the old world and the new world sort of coming together. It says XRP's role in CBDC evolution. With XRP designed to play a vital role in the Ripple Labs ecosystem. Yeah, it's at the crux of everything. Many experts have hinted at the potential benefits it can gain in its role in CBDC settlement, bridging them together and having that money flow from this CBDC through XRP and then into that CBDC. XRP can become extremely rare. Extremely rare. I don't know what's going on with the lighting. The lighting is just, it's the camera. It's the camera. Somebody commented on that. They said the lighting was driving them crazy. I have some very, very funny commenters. But it's like, I don't know why the camera has been doing this. It's a very good camera. But look at that. You see that? What can I do? What can I do? I don't want to switch the camera right now. But anyway, I'm trying my best. All right. So now it says here, let's continue. It says hinted at the potential benefits it can gain in its role in CBDC settlement, according to a pseudonymous XRP community member, Lord XRP. Oh, I like that name, Lord XRP. Powerful. Okay, good choice of name. Good choice. I like interesting names. It says the token could soar as high as $10,000. If it did, I'll take it. If it does, I'll take it. But I don't. Well, you want to be real? Don't even need it to go that high. I hope it does. I hope it goes extremely high. I hope it does. But don't even need it to go that high. Really don't. To make absolutely delicious gains, yeah, don't even need to go that high. But XRP will do amazing, and it will go high. You have to decide for yourself how high you believe it will go. So now let's move on to another article here. Want to make good time today because yesterday I did cover a few articles, but I was just pretty much saying my thoughts, which I still felt were potent. This article here is also from cryptobasic.com, and it is titled "Big Things Happening. Ripple now authorized to conduct digital payments for business without limits in Singapore." This is key. This is major. They can do all the business that they want. They have a great relationship with the Monetary Authority of Singapore. People aren't seeing what's coming. BRICS Nation is in action. They need something to glue everything together. It says here, in a recent statement, the firm Ripple proclaimed that Ripple Markets APAC, its Singapore arm, has attained full approval to offer crypto payment services in the Singaporean market. Ripple's full MPI license. Ripple got the full major payment institution clearance from Singapore's top banking regulator, the Monetary Authority of Singapore. The firm took to X to celebrate the feat. This is huge. I don't know. Do people get what we're holding right now? Where everything's going, and they're showing us step by step the path to victory. And there's a pot of gold at the end of that. A lot of people say, well, Bitcoin is gold. Well, if Bitcoin is gold, I'm going to go out on a limb. As far as consistency, I think that people will be able to make with the capital that comes from XRP in the future, if everything goes according to plan, it is. Once again, not financial advice. XRP will be platinum. That's how I look at it. XRP will be platinum or palladium. XLM could be like silver if people want to keep Bitcoin as gold. But really, I think Bitcoin is in a class of its own. You want to be real about it. I'll say gold will probably be quant. And I say a tie for silver would be like XLM or Algorand. Gold would be quant. Platinum or palladium would be XRP. That's how I look at the equivalence there, right? By the way, made some good money off of platinum recently. We feasted on a couple of things recently. We did well, We feasted on Solana. We feasted on some platinum, right? So anyway, can't do that now. Everything's down now. Everything's red now. But anyway, it says here, Ripple got the full major payment institution clearance from Singapore's top banking regulator, the Monetary Authority of Singapore. The firm took to X to celebrate the feat. In the tweet, Ripple restated its commitment to delivering real-world crypto-based solutions for Asia-Pacific businesses. Furthermore, Ripple noted that the significant achievement highlights the practical applicability of crypto solutions catering to financial institutions and businesses. That's going to be key. Now, on my other channel, I just covered the tsunami of bankruptcies that have been happening. So small businesses literally need crypto. They need the settlement. They need the liquidity. They need the traceability. They need the loosening up of capital to play with, because if not, a lot of them are going down. I counted maybe I covered about 4 to 5 major bankruptcies yesterday. Unbelievable what's going on right now, folks. All right, so now this continues on here. So additionally, Ripple stated that the license signifies a crucial stride toward the broader acceptance and utilization of cryptocurrencies. Besides, the payment firm underscores Singapore's pioneering effort in terms of crypto regulation. The statement read, quote, Singapore is known as a leader in pioneering digital asset regulation, making it an ideal location for businesses and financial institutions to harness the power of crypto for cross-border payments. All right, let's stop there. Let's move on to another article here. Try to get you as many of these articles as possible. These are all the most potent ones. I threw out the other ones. I deleted the other ones that weren't potent, okay? So I'm only trying to give everybody the best of the best here on the channel, especially in the members only section. This one is titled, it's from the cryptobasic.com, final one here. Legal expert, Ripple case unlikely to reach Supreme Court following today's ruling. We have them in a chokehold. Torture rack, Lex Luger, torture rack, Hulk Hogan leg drop, Stone Cold Stunner, boom, rock bottom. Lion Tamer. I'm just I'm just naming wrestling moves now. Oh man. My favorite wrestling move of all time, like pro wrestling, not the wrestling we do, like freestyle, Greco-Roman, not that, like pro wrestling. My favorite pro wrestling move, Stone Cold Stunner. Right? I apologize to all the Rock fans out there. Yeah, I love The Rock. I wasn't a Rock fan when I grew up, although I respect and all my friends love The Rock. I'm a Stone Cold. I'm way more. My personality is way more like Stone Cold Steve Austin's. No nonsense. Well, I joke around a lot. Stone Cold jokes around too, but they know when it comes to the scrapping, when it comes to throwing those fangs. Yeah, me and Stone Cold, we don't play. Would have been a heck of a team, right? Wait. This is a crypto channel. Let me get you guys unprofessional. Let's get back to the crypto. Hold on a second. So anyway, this continues on here. It says, former lawyer Scott Chamberlain highlights the significance of the latest SEC versus Ripple ruling, saying that the Supreme Court is a less likely destination for the lawsuit. If it did go there, we're winning hands down. It's not even a question. If you know who's on the Supreme Court, we are winning in a landslide. It will be a slaughter. Here, the recent ruling in the SEC versus Ripple case has been stirring reactions from crypto enthusiasts. As reported earlier, Judge Annalisa Torres denied the SEC's request to file an interlocutory appeal in the Ripple lawsuit. It says, as a result, top legal expert Scott Chamberlain has provided an analysis of the ruling, emphasizing the significance of the court's decision. The legal expert stressed that although the SEC can appeal later, it is stuck with a factual record that makes a successful appeal difficult. They're going to give up. No disrespect when I say this, but the SEC has a loser's mentality. Why do I say that? Listen, if you are a winner, you adjust. If you're a winner, you learn from your mistakes. If you're a winner, you know how to work with the opponent. It's not about steamrolling your opponent. That doesn't work at the top. When you're at the top and there's two prime competitors, typically to the audience, it looks like there's nothing happening. To the audience, it's the most boring match ever. I've been in the finals. I've been in the finals before. I know a lot of you are wrestlers. You're in the military. Maybe you boxed in the military or something like that. You know how it feels to be in a tournament and be in the finals against someone who's equivalent to you. And at those times, you have to flow with the opponent. Let the match come to you. Let the fight come to you. Do what you trained to do. Let your training come out naturally. It has to be second nature. The SEC doesn't do that. They're, once again, no disrespect, but they're like a child trying to fit a triangle into a square and they're pounding it in. That's not going to work. They have a loser's mentality and their energy is so negative. Yeah, I'm going to put that out there too. Their energy is so negative that all they draw to themselves is negativity. They've made everyone hate them. The judges, a lot of judges hate them. Wall Street hates them. BlackRock hates them. Crypto hates them. A lot of the people in the United States who have been cut off from capital because they can't make the capital from Bitcoin that they should be making. Everybody holding Bitcoin should be making lots of capital right now. We could have had 2 or 3 mini bull runs. Those people hate the SEC. So this energy that generates, energy is neither created nor destroyed. It has nowhere to go but back to the one who put it out. And they're getting a lot of that back. Even if it's just from the minds of others and the actions of others, they're getting it back. So that's how I look at that there. So they will lose. It's what they know how to do. They will lose. I said it before. I said they were going to lose in the summer and they did. I said XRP was not a security and it was not. And I said they were going to lose the interlocutory appeal. And they did. They did. And I'm saying now they're going to lose this last piece against Ripple. And then Ripple can play like everybody else that's building on XRPL. Ripple can do its job. That's how I look at it. I could be wrong, but that's how I look at it. All right. So now, next article here. Actually, we're going to skip that one. I want to get to something else here. So this here is from Cointelegraph.com, a little Stellar related news because of this company here, Franklin Templeton. And it's titled, Tokenization is, quote, securitization done on steroids, unquote. This is what Franklin Templeton, who is using Stellar, is saying. What does that tell you? This is coming from the Franklin Templeton CEO. Man, let me tell you, people aren't ready. If they start using Stellar and expanding their use of Stellar, which I know they're going to do. I know they're going to do it. Stellar is too delicious for it. They're too delicious for Franklin Templeton to just have this one use case on Stellar. That's not going to happen. No way. No way. If Wisdom Tree says, hey, we're going to expand our use on Stellar, I know Franklin Templeton is going to do it. And I think a lot of other big names are going to come out in the future saying, hey, we're using Stellar as well. But let's read this little tidbit. It says, at CNBC's Delivering Alpha event, Jenny Johnson discussed how digital assets disrupt securitization and the financial markets. Securitization and practice with over 50 years of history is undergoing a dramatic transformation, believes Jenny Johnson, CEO of Franklin Templeton, one of the world's largest asset managers. During CNBC's Delivering Alpha event, Johnson said tokenization, the process of converting asset ownership rights into digital tokens on a blockchain, is akin to, quote, securitization done on steroids, unquote, a term often used to describe something that exceeds expectations. Jenny Johnson sounded a lot like me. I use that phrase a lot. Like, it's this on steroids. Johnson's remarks were part of an analysis of the future of alternative investment vehicles. And what are they going to run their future over? Come on, they're already using Stellar. It's in the bag already. People don't see what's coming with Stellar. A true sleeping giant. And I don't say sleeping because, yeah, they're very active. Very, very active. But people sleep on the potentiality of Stellar. But that's on them. That's on them. That next bull run, I'm expecting fireworks from Stellar. Fireworks. And as so many people, new people, have their eye on Stellar, they're not in yet. They're waiting for the right moment. Sort of like what I did with Solana, right? They're waiting on the right moment to get in. Stellar will play. I expect way more out of Stellar the next bull run than what happened the first bull run, which was great. Look at where we started with it. So I'm expecting much more. But let's keep going here with this article. It says Johnson's remarks were a part of an analysis. Okay, skip that part. The executive noted that available capital and technology disruption have attracted more companies and CEOs to invest in, quote, things for the future, unquote, like blockchain technology. Really? Now, when this CEO, Jenny Johnson, is sitting down with people in meetings and they're asking, and they're saying, hey, what is Franklin Templeton using? What's the best blockchain to use? You think that they're saying anything other than Stellar? Stellar's probably getting the best promotion ever from Franklin Templeton and Wisdom Tree because they can't tell others that something else is superior to the technology that they are using. I think that's logical. No, they're going to say that what they're using is the best and then show proof as to why they thought it was the best. So that I already know. Now, there's no guarantee those companies are going to use Stellar, but I know they have their eye on Stellar and are doing their research. That's how I feel. And that's one of the reasons I feel, and maybe I'm reaching a little bit, let me know. That's one of the reasons that Stellar had to make a statement and come out with someone who was eye-catching like Idris Elba. That was a message to the world to say, look at us. Look at us. See us. We are the top. We are the best of the best. This is why we're here with one of the actors in the world that's the best of the best, to highlight ourselves. We're both together to doing our thing. So I mean, that's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. Also keep in mind that World Economic Forum connection. The WEF is real quiet. They're going to push Stellar so far, people have no idea. And it's going to be quietly done. They're not going to come out and say, we're doing this with Stellar, we're doing this. Nope, they're going to set everything up. And at the last second, maybe people might find out. I think mostly the hardcore Stellar people would find out about the activities, not the lay people, because this is not going to be publicized everywhere. A lot of the most important documents they're almost buried. Only if you're a hardcore researcher, you find them and then you bring them to your people. They'll know, but it's not on mainstream media. It's not spoken about by a lot of people. It's not popular. So not everyone will know. The reason other people will get in is when they see the price going up. If the price goes up, when they see it going up, then they'll jump in. That's all they know. Price go up, I get in. That's all they know. They don't know about catalysts. They don't have a reasoning behind it. They haven't followed why something is happening. They don't know for how long. Says Johnson used Rihanna, okay. But I missed the quote. It says, quote, one is it allows a payment mechanism. Number two, it allows smart contracts to be programmed into the token. I told you that's why Stellar was going hardcore with their smart contracts. It was companies like Franklin Templeton and the Wisdom Tree pushing them to do so. I said this a while ago, and now they're proving that's what they wanted. And I said that's what they want from Bankcoin blockchains. You can't have your Bankcoin without smart contracts. And then Stellar was working on it for about a year and a half, something like that. I don't know. But that was the push because they didn't have it at first. They were lackadaisical with it. But the companies were making requests. Hey, we got to have this and we'll use you. And Stellar got right on their A game, put it out. Now you have this confirming what I said. It says allow smart contracts to be programmed into the token. So this is one of the things they find attractive. So Soro ban is absolutely necessary. It says, and three, because it's a general ledger, it has a source of truth. So whatever has that token, all rights in that token are granted to that person. All right. So Franklin Templeton looking real good, sounding very good for someone using Stellar. I'm very happy with that. Let's move on to another article here. So now UBS is one of our banks. And like I said in the video yesterday, and this is why I said it, a lot of big entities. Well, first of all, they already have relationships with Ripple. That's number one. Let's get that out of the way. But they start certain initial things on Ethereum to just test it out. They're not planning to stay on Ethereum. They could always migrate from Ethereum to somewhere else. This is no different, but I want to show that number one, mass adoption is coming. It's happening in little trickles. And number two, they can switch from Ethereum over to Ripple. That's why they got with Ripple first. This article is from the dailyhodl.com and it's titled, Banking Giant UBS Launches Tokenized Money Market Fund on Ethereum. Here we go. You think they're going to stay on Ethereum when UBS has a great relationship with Ripple? No, I don't think so. Is it possible? Sure. Do I think it's likely? Absolutely not. They want to save money. But in order to do that, first, Ripple has to defeat the SEC. This is why a lot of them are taking that pathway and not with what just happened with the interlocutory appeal. No, they still have that Ripple versus SEC thing they have to get through. That's still significant. Okay. There's a hurdle we have to get past. It says here, Swiss multinational investment bank and financial services company UBS is launching a, quote, tokenized market fund, unquote, pilot program on Ethereum. In a new blog post, UBS Asset Management announces what it calls the, quote, first blockchain native token VCC fund pilot, unquote, in Singapore. Imagine that running across XRP. So, or XLM, but UBS has a relationship with Ripple, so I'm going to say XRP. It says Thomas Kagi, head of UBS Asset Management, Singapore and Southeast Asia. Quote, this is a key milestone in understanding the tokenization of funds, building on UBS's expertise in tokenizing bonds and structured products. This would run much better on XRPL. 100%. I think they know that. It says through this exploratory initiative, we will work with the traditional financial institutions and fintech providers to help understand how to improve market liquidity and market access for clients. UBS says the pilot program, led by the Monetary Authority of Singapore, another entity. So this lends more credence to what I'm saying. Ripple also has a great relationship with the Monetary Authority of Singapore. They're one of the primary, I think, backers of the Ripple CBDC platform, right? It says uses UBS Tokenize, the company's in-house tokenization service, which allows for fund subscriptions and redemptions to be managed through a smart contract. The announcement goes on to state that this initiative is a part of the company's global strategy to enhance fund issuance. All right, we're going to stop there, but big things are happening. All right, let's move on here. We have some bank information. Lots of things going on today. This article here is from ledgerinsights.com, and it is titled Japan's Hokoku Bank plans to issue local digital currency stablecoin soon. We know that they want the big money, wants Japan to run on XRP. So this is a great thing for XRPL based systems, because when it comes down to it, XRP, if it fulfills its destiny in Japan, what SBI wants it to do and all of these other big time bankers in Japan want it to do, then it will connect everything and the capital will flow through the XRPL if everything goes according to plan. Let's read this little tidbit. It says Japanese regional banks, Hakoku Bank and Kono Shinkin Bank, are going live today with a local digital currency initiative. That's another thing. We covered this, I think covered it in a members only video a long time ago. But local digital currencies, we can connect them all, and that's even more capital that we can move. That's even more utility. And these things are being talked about being deployed all over the world, local digital currencies, right? By these smaller banks, smaller businesses, smaller township governments, city governments issuing their local digital currency. It's something different that is not talked about a lot, but we can connect all of them for cheap, by the way, for cheap. So I think they will come to Stellar. They will come to Ripple and Algorand, etc. Says initially, people receiving points for community volunteer services can spend these stable coins at local stores through a blockchain-powered app, Tachitsuka. Says, however, before the end of the year, Hakoku Bank plans to add a deposit-backed stablecoin, Tochika. Both organizations are located in the Japanese Ishikawa Prefecture. Suzu City issues the local government points on the app. Digital Platformer, the developer of the Tachitsuka app, signed up more than 50 retail outlets where users can redeem the points. It's also planning to launch the solution in other regions. Now, that's also interesting because remember, one of the big investors in LightNet, which is a Stellar-based system, has over 7,000 7-Elevens in Japan. This is what it says on their website, right? And some other stores as well. So this could play into the Stellar ecosystem, but we'll see. We will see. That might be a reach, but I'm making these connections and I'm just going by possibilities and potentiality, right? But we'll let the future tell us what actually goes down. It says low transaction fees of just 0.5% for the soon to be released stablecoin is key to lure merchants to sign up. We can beat that. We do way better than that. It says Digital Platformer achieves the cost savings by using blockchain to share the data between retail outlets and banks. Once again, we do much better than their fees, right? So now that's very interesting. Let's move on here. So now this is I wanted to read this little bit here about Chainlink and Swift, because Old Man Crypto, one of our best subscribers here, asked a question. I can't remember what the question was exactly, but it was about Chainlink possibly moving trillions. It was a question. You know, is Chainlink going to be moving trillions for Swift? That I'm not sure of what the end use is going to be for Chainlink. I just know that they're using Chainlink. So let's read this little tidbit and find out a little bit more about what was going on. I'm not a Chainlink holder. I'm not a Chainlink researcher. I just saw a lot of the articles about when it came out because I was covering a lot about Swift at the time. So this article is from Swift.com and it's titled Swift Explores Blockchain Interoperability to Remove Friction from Tokenized Asset Settlement. Let's scroll down here. It says, we're collaborating with Swift community globally to test how institutions can use their Swift connection to seamlessly interoperate with the multitude of blockchain networks emerging around the world, which obviously at the top of those blockchains, financial blockchains is Ripple, Stellar, Algorand, Quant, Hedera, Zenfin, etc. But the bank coins, folks. But let's keep going, which means that money will flow. It will flow. It says institutional investors increasingly are considering investments in tokenized assets as they seek new forms of value, but they face a complex challenge. These investments are tracked on a diverse range of blockchain networks that are not interoperable. Each has its own functionality or liquidity profile, which creates significant overhead and friction in managing and trading assets. Overcoming this fragmentation will be key to the long-term scalability of the market and aligned with our focus on removing international transactions. We are working with our community to explore a potential solution. It says, in a new set of experiments, my apologies, I was looking down the thing. It says, in a new set of experiments, we will collaborate with more than a dozen major financial institutions. Now, look at this overlap with Ripple. Tell me, do these financial institutions sound familiar? It says major financial institutions and FMIs, including Australia and New Zealand Banking Group, ANZ. Sound familiar? BNP Paribas. Sound familiar? BNY Mellon. Citi. Clearstream, Euroclear, Lloyds Banking Group, Six Digital Exchange, and the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, DTCC, to test how firms can leverage their existing SWIFT infrastructure to efficiently instruct the transfer of tokenized value over a range of public and private blockchain networks. Here's the part about Chainlink. Chainlink, a leading Web3 services platform, will provide connectivity across public and private blockchains for these experiments. So let's move on. So now, how much further they're going to be going with Chainlink, if they're continuing the use with Chainlink, I would think so, but I have to do a little bit more research into that. I mean, the articles are very easily found, but now we know what they're being used for their interoperability, which I think Quant is superior to Chainlink in, but I don't think Quant has that connection just yet with Swift. We'll see how that works out in the future. But Chainlink, because of this, they've had other deals now with I think other banks. So they're heading deeply into bank coin territory. But like I said, do your own research. You can look up those articles very, very easily, in my humble opinion. But this is where they're beginning. They're getting heavily involved with financial institutions. I have another article here, I believe, on Chainlink. But this is a little bit different, a little bit other different information. So they're using it for connectivity, interoperability. It doesn't say for liquidity or any of the stuff that we do as a bridge currency, as far as XRP or XLM, things like that. Not heavily that. We'll see how expansive their use is. But this article here on the Crypto Globe is titled Chainlink Labs co-founder believes crypto sector is headed toward a $10 trillion market cap. The trillions are coming. It says here, Sergey Nazarov, the creator of Chainlink, recently shared his thoughts on the potential for mass adoption of cryptocurrency, particularly in the context of a failing banking system. Why is he talking about a failing banking system if the banking system is healthy? I'm taking off my watch. My apologies. Why would he be talking about that if the banking system wasn't failing? Because it is failing. It is slowly, but it is. So Sergey Nazarov is best known as the co-founder of Chainlink. We know that. This is before Chainlink. He co-founded Smart Contract. That I don't need to know. It says, I want to get to the crux of what he's trying to say here. It says Nazarov presented two contrasting scenarios for the future of crypto. The first, which he calls the, quote, slow case, unquote, involves the crypto industry and its underlying technology continues to grow at their current pace. This gradual growth would slowly siphon value away from the traditional financial system. The second scenario, termed the fast case, quote unquote, by Nazarov, is more dramatic. It envisions a rapid collapse of the traditional financial system. This is an interoperability protocol telling everybody this. Same thing we've been saying, us researchers, for years, and showing that it is collapsing. People don't see what's coming. And when it does, a lot of very special people, not financial advice, may make a ton of capital because of their fall. That capital will come rapidly into the top legit crypto projects and wallets and commodities as well. Gold, platinum, and silver will win as well. It says here, leading to widespread financial distress. This would force people to acknowledge the advantages of cryptographic money systems that offer verifiable transactions. All right, so $10 trillion is what he believes is coming. What would that do to the top protocol? What would that do to the top crypto to have that flowing through them? Think about those prices for a minute. Now let's I'm going to skip the John Deaton article. Maybe I should skip the can Ripple outperform Bitcoin in the next bull run article as well. Let's go here to this one here on cryptoglobe.com, and it's titled Blockchain Expert Explains Why He Holds XRP. Let's find out why. It says on September 29th, Panos Mekras, a well-known blockchain consultant and financial technology expert, explained why he has invested in XRP. Mekras is the founder of Digital Gen Financial Services, co-founder of Anodos Finance, and the author of Understanding Crypto Economy, a full guide for beginners, quote unquote. Mekras says he holds XRP due to its promising potential. You think he's here to make peanuts, just this tiny little capital? Absolutely not. It says, rooted in its highly efficient underlying technology, Mekras is also influenced by the numerous developers and projects innovating within the ecosystem. For him, the appeal of XRP is not primarily based on Ripple's developments, announcements, or cryptic hints. Well, Ripple's not the only one building. We get that. I know that. I want everybody to do great on XRPL so we can all make a ton of capital. So that's why he's holding, which is respectable. I'm here for that bank money. I'm here for that bank money, and I hope everybody wins. I want everybody to win. That's how I feel. So now let's move on to this article here, and it's from cryptopolitan.com, and it's titled Ripple Triumphs with a Return to Taifu 30 Crypto Index. It says Ripple, the cryptocurrency linked to the American blockchain firm Ripple Labs Incorporated, has marked its return to the Taifu 30 Crypto Index, a notable benchmark that daily recalibrates to feature the 30 leading cryptocurrencies based on market capitalization. This index is renowned for its daily recalibrations, ensuring the most current representation of the top 30 cryptocurrencies. XRP's re-inclusion in the index is significant, reflecting its increased accessibility to Western traders. Tizen, the co-creator of Taifu 30 Crypto Index, shared this development in a post, emphasizing that the re-inclusion process was seamless, given the index's routine reshuffling at quarter's commencement. So more good activity happening for XRP. Let's go here to this article here. This is from decrypt.co, and it's titled Ex-BlackRock Director Says SEC Will Approve a Bitcoin ETF in 3 to 6 months, which means there's not long before another bull run. Listen, Bitcoin will skyrocket when that happens. And that liquidity will spread around. People will want to play, right? That money will move around to altcoins, so to speak. And it will spark another bull run. And I can't wait. I want to have a little bit of fun. And I will have a little bit of fun. We will have a little bit of fun. It says here, former BlackRock managing director Stephen Schoenfield, who's now the CEO of Market Vector Indexes, gives the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, quote, 3 to 6 months, unquote, before it approves a Bitcoin spot ETF. Schoenfield gave his estimate during a panel discussion on ETFs at CC Data's Digital Asset Summit in London yesterday, where he was joined by another ex-BlackRock director, Martin Betnall, now CEO of Jacoby Asset Management. Schoenfield was responding to comments made earlier by Betnall that, quote, the SEC will probably approve all ETF applications at the same time. I don't think they want to give anybody first mover advantage. Okay, that's reasonable. It says previously, the Market Vector CEO said he would have given the industry, quote, 9 to 12 months, unquote, before an approval, but the SEC's recent decision to delay giving verdicts on several pending ETF applications is unlike previous delaying tactics by the regulator. Okay, so that's good news in my humble opinion. Everything lines up for 2024. So, but we will see. We will see. So let's see. I think I had a little bit. I had a Solana article. Let's do this Solana article, and then we'll end off with one more article. All right. Hope you're all having a fantastic day out there, and thank you so much if you made it this far. So this article here is from dailyhodl.com, and it's titled Crypto Trader Outlines Massive Price Target for Solana. Really? You do know I'm coming for you, Solana. You do know that, right? It says a closely followed crypto analyst believes that the smart contract platform Solana is gearing up for a strong bull market. I will say I agree with that. Not financial advice. I'm not saying this so people go buy some Solana. Not at all. At all. I'm just sharing my thoughts. Nothing more than that. That's it. All right. So it says Strong bull market. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, they've been making all the right moves, in my humble opinion. Their circulating supply is respectable, reasonable. I don't see why it wouldn't. Solid, and it's respected. Solid project. Pseudonymous analyst Immortal tells his 199,000 followers on social media platform X that Solana is giving long-term bulls a shot to accumulate the crypto asset at a point of maximum opportunity. Quote, this is a generational Sol long. Take profit is $250. $250. It was at like $18 recently, or $19 or something like that recently, wasn't it? $250. Really? Interesting. Very, very interesting. Very interesting, Solana community. I got my eye on you. 100%. All right, so now we're going to close out. I thought I had a little bit of gold and silver news, but we're going to leave it at that. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.